Hey everybody, welcome to Art Recycle. Today we're going to do a little bit of abstract art with primary colors. We're going to learn about Piet Mondrian, and we're going to learn about de style, that movement of art that focuses on geometric shapes and lines. So Piet Mondrian is a famous artist of the 20th century. He is famous for being one of the founders of abstract art, and he was a Dutch painter. And today we're going to make a piece of art kind of like his painting called Broadway Boogie Woogie. Now, Broadway Boogie Woogie was painted in 1942, and it is of the city of New York, of Broadway, and it's to show the city from bird's eye view or looking down at the city. And if you looked at city blocks from the sky, what you would see is rectangles and squares and geometric shapes. So as you can see here in this painting, the bigger squares are the city blocks, the yellow lines are the streets, and the small squares and rectangles are cars and buildings. Now in our project today, ours isn't going to look exactly like Broadway Boogie Woogie, but we're going to use something called tape resist. And when you use tape resist, you lay pieces of tape down, and then you can color around them or paint around them, and then you peel the tape off, and that leaves the marks of the tape. So we're going to use that for our geometric shapes today to make our squares and rectangles. The other thing we're going to use is we're going to use some construction paper and a scissors, and then some type of glue. What also helps, I like outlining where the tape is with a black tool, not necessarily, but you know, you can have a black marker. And then I do use a hole punches with my little kids. I typically do this with first grade, but again, you can cut out little squares. You don't need the hole punch to do this. You don't need the black marker, so you can modify this as you want. We're gonna use paint today to do the tape resist, a thicker paint like temper paint. But again, if all you have is markers or crayons, then that's what you should use, and this will work just fine. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward through this today. You'll get the idea of what to do. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to take your tape and you're going to lay it vertically on your paper. Now, when I do this with my younger kids, I typically lay a bigger piece of paper behind the paper that I'm going to paint on, as you can see, and that way their tape doesn't get stuck to the table, it just gets stuck to the extra piece of paper. So you're going to lay them on vertically first, about 4. I do have one rule: don't take the tape and don't put it directly parallel to the edge of the paper. It's got to be kind of somewhere on the inside of the paper. And then we take our horizontal strips of tape and we go perpendicular to those vertical ones, and we lay them down. Then we take our hand and we push it all down flat, as you see me doing. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start painting in the squares. And when we paint in the squares, I like to start with yellow. Yellow is the lightest color. It will tend to get contaminated first. I'm using a flathead brush, but again, by all means, you do not have to use a flathead brush. Use any type of brush. So if I have 4 going across and 3 going down, or that makes 5 rows going across really and 4 rows going down, so that's 20 squares. So I tell my kids to fill in about 7 to 8 squares with yellow, and that kind of gives them an idea of how many of each color they should do. Then I tell them, you know, maybe about 7 or 6 of red or 7 or 6 of blue. Okay, now here you're gonna see me start to pull off the tape. Definitely helps to pull off the strips that you laid last. So I laid the horizontal strips last. I'm going to try to do that first. As you can see, my tape is ripping though. That's going to happen with little kids. I tell them to pull it off slowly. If it rips in one direction, then what I do is I tell them they can, you know, put their finger, if it's starting to rip the white paper, to block the rip. So that works. Or I tell them to take the tape and pull from the opposite direction. So if I'm pulling down and it's starting to rip the white paper, pulling it down, take the tape and then pull up. And that will hopefully stop the rip going from that direction. Another thing I like to do is I like to, when my paint is dry, outline all of my squares with black tulle, preferably a black marker. It just helps those squares stand out a little bit better. Now, definitely not needed, especially if you did this project with markers or crayons, but I find that with paint, it always bleeds under the tape a little bit. And so that's why kind of outlining everything with a black marker just helps crispen up those edges before we go on to the next step. Okay, after everything is outlined with black, I just basically give my kids some strips of construction paper and they cut the squares themselves. So one set of strips is 1 inch wide. The other set of strips is a 1/2 inch wide. I have them cut the 1 inch strips first And the rule is that you can't put, a color of paper on the same color underneath. So yellow squares can't go on top of the yellow painted squares. You've got to do different colors underneath so that the square on top shows up. And so once they have their 1-inch squares cut, with the bigger strips, then they cut up their 1/2-inch squares and they make those and they glue those on top of the other color of construction paper, which again follows the same rule. You can't put the same color on top of the same color. Once the buildings are all made, they get to use hole punchers, which they love using, and they get to do the cars and the roads. Again, if you don't want to use hole punchers, you can just have them cut up more squares. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this project on Art Recycled, and I will see you next time. Bye.